Alright, Hildebrand Machinery Company. This is our video for you of the Okamoto cylindrical grinder. As you can see in the warehouse here, little machines like this sit on wood blocks. It's not leveled up, secured to the floor or anything like that. This is because we do have to move inventory around. We'll just point that out up front. We'll do a basic walk around of the machine, show you some movements. You can see the power is currently turned on to it. We do not have, I'll just point out first here, there's a drag out cooling system there, not hooked up. And then the other regular cooling system here, which it's very clean. I don't even know if that was ever used. It looks like they were using the drag out system for whatever operation they were doing. Isolation transformer that came with the machine. We're coming in 460 volts and supplying 200 volts to the machine. And I'll get you a back view of the machine here. The red plate there is a shipping bracket that was on it when it came into us. We just let it hang there on the bolt so we don't lose it. Check close up the nameplate here. Model and serial number may or may not come out too well in the video there. This Vidmar cabinet does come with the machine. Not a whole lot here. Balancing stand, as you can see. This is the wheel that was on the machine. We took the wheel and the hub off to put an indicator on directly on the spindle taper itself. You can see this is a diamond slicing wheel or something like that. Somebody obviously hit it and broke it, but we don't sell used wheels, so generally we discard the wheels no matter what they be. So we have a few other extra spindle arbors there, and it looks like another internal spindle right there. Just odds and ends really there. There's the collets, the collet nose that was on the workhead, the collets themselves, some additional brackets there. Just assorted odds and ends, work centers, tooling, parts. Might be one or two spares in there. That's probably the first time I actually opened that drawer, so next drawer. And then basic documentation. There's not a lot. I will say we have the original inspection report, some basic paperwork, some basic electrical instruction manual. Looks like we have 2 copies of that. We have a manual for the Accurite. There's another manual. I am not 100% sure exactly how much documentation should be with the machine. There's another copy of the original inspection. But you know, everything that's here is what we have and will be going with the machine when sold. Coming back to the machine here. Shot of the face. There we go. The digital readout here is only for X. Z is this readout here on the control. Indicator. Well, I'll save that light for the moment, hopefully. Okay, we have 2 indicators here set up. One on the workhead, the inside taper where your centers will mount, and then the spindle taper. Let me just hold on a minute. When I tell our operator here go, he's going to start it. I just want to get a zoom in here quick, and I want to make sure you guys can see this well. There's our 1/10 indicator sitting right now. I'll get a full shot here. Not precisely on 0. We're at about 1/10.5. Go ahead and start your spindle. There, he just jogged this. He just jogged it on and off. Trying to get it to focus here. Actually made the indicator move a little bit. I mean, basically it's the run out on the spindle is less than 1/10. I don't have anything accurate enough to measure it precisely, but that's good run out. Come back around here. The run out for the head, as you can see, again, not exactly on 0, about 1/10. He's back there turning the headstock manually, and we're getting maybe 1/2, a little less, a little more. Again, you know, total indicator run out less than 1/10. Okay, let me see if I can just... There, we're dropping the internal spindle there. That's just a simple belt-driven spindle. Please forgive me for a moment. Just seem to be having some problems with trying to get my phone here to zoom out. That's a little better. Okay. So, yeah, just simply there's a manual release there. You drop the spindle, it's a pin. There's that little silver button right there is what has to make contact to turn the spindle on. Okay, there's basic in-feed for the machine. You can see, and we put an indicator on the in-feed, and we can do this again when you're here for your inspection, but you know, it feeds in accurately, feeds back accurately. I think there's some bit of compensation. Looks like there's about maybe 3/10 of play in that axis, but it seems to somehow account for that because it goes back to 0 on the indicator and the readout every time. So he's going to hit a cycle start here. There is headstock running, spindle is running, in feed. Just sorry, bear with us here for a second. We're just trying to get the procedure right. The manuals for the machine, quite honestly, don't describe the procedural settings very well, and we're not an expert on this control. So I think there are a couple steps we might be missing for programming the machine. I don't believe at all there's anything wrong with it. I just think there are certain procedural steps we're missing, and the manuals don't very clearly outline that procedure for programming. But as you can see, we have a cycle going here, smooth movements. Grinding head is in feeding. Is this going to do spark out? Yeah, okay. It's going to do 1 spark out. And they're retracted, and then cycles stopped. And that's just the start of the same cycle again. And that should give you a very good overview of what the machine is. And if there are any questions before your visit, please feel free to contact me and ask. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you and showing you the machine. Thank you.